What is happening, people? Terrell here once again. I hope you missed me. I'm back, 50 pounds lighter, and this time without a gross depression beard. Today we are going to talk about the 5 things I learned when making my sci-fi short film. If you have not checked out my short film The Spaceman yet, be sure to do that. So writing The Spaceman was definitely probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do when it comes to writing a short film. It took about 4 months, went through so many different rewrites and tones and ideas. And basically what I learned is sometimes you really just need to get the script done, get shooting, and move on. In a perfect world, you can work as long as you want on a short film, but really that's not ever going to happen. And trying to chase that perfect story really is just not a good idea, because you're going to start to get too brainy about the script, and it's honestly going to stop being fun. You finish the script, move on. If it doesn't come out good, then guess what? You got another try in the future to try and do a better job. So just move on. I'm starting to find that a lot of the best shorts really don't follow any similar writing structure. On feature films, you have the 3 acts, you have the climax, the falling resolution, and all that. But really, in a short film, you don't need that. A lot of short films are all build up to a moment. Some are just all about a moment, and some are about what comes after a moment. These are just some examples of the things that short films do that feature films don't. And I think this is good, because if you try to do the feature film writing structure in a short film, you end up making something that is too big to be a short film. It just feels like it's being crammed into a smaller box. So when writing a short film, really don't feel like you really need to follow what features do, because features are different, and with short films you really can be a little inventive in what exactly do, you know. Where one movie might call this like the middle point, that could actually be where your short film starts. So really just have fun with it. Don't put yourself in a box. You know, tell the story how you think's best, even if it doesn't really follow the exact formula that you see in bigger movies. To be more specific with this one, I mean to stop over directing. This is something that I feel like as filmmakers we hear all these stories about how, you know, the great filmmakers pulled out these certain tricks and whatnot to get their actors to do a certain thing. But unless you feel really comfortable doing that, I think it's best to just slow it down. I find that, especially in this one where a lot of this stuff is kind of abstract, I was just giving too much like philosophical story stuff to the actors, and I could tell that they were just a little confused by what exactly it is I meant. For example, did I really need to explain to Finch and Laken how to awkwardly hug as if this is the last time she'll ever see Laken? No, I probably really didn't need to do that. They probably could have just gotten there on their own. Same with the opening. Did I really need to explain to Laken why he's looking out at the sky when all he's doing is just looking out at the sky? I mean, I feel like we try to go too deep with things sometimes, and it really just doesn't, it's not needed. It's not needed. So stop over directing. I found that putting a rough cut together after shooting can be extremely beneficial, and when I mean rough, I really mean literally dropping the clips in and just connecting them. Don't worry about music, color grading, sound effects, any of that. I found this to be very helpful because you can really see if the story is flowing how you want it to. You can quickly tell if anything needs to be reshot the day of, and if anything needs to be rewritten. You know, the original way I would do this is, you know, put the clips in, do the sound effects, color grading, and all that. And by the time you're done with that process, before you even can fully watch it in its entire scope, you're already pretty numb to a lot of the clips. I'm going to provide the rough cut of Spaceman in the description below. I think you guys might enjoy seeing it without, you know, all the effects and whatnot, just to kind of see how the story flows. Doing that, I could see that there was some issues with the story. Unfortunately, I didn't really have time or the ideas to really go back and fix the story, but, you know, just looking at it as the whole, I could definitely tell that, like, you know, yeah, people might get a little lost here. This might be going on a little too long. So check it out. You might enjoy it. This tip is definitely something that is a little bit easier said than done, but basically if you watched probably like the last 5 things I did, which, oh my god, were about a year ago, you could kind of tell towards the end I was pretty much getting down and not really you know, appreciating what I was doing, because, you know, you put in all this work and people tell you this stuff is good, but it's like you don't, or sometimes you don't even get told it's good, and you don't even really like move anywhere in your filmmaking career. And I think it's best to literally just make stuff that you find awesome and that you and everyone that you work with will be proud of. I know this is something I say a lot, but it's really literally just going to make what I think is awesome. I don't care if people watch it. The only person I really want to entertain is this idiot. I just want to return to that point, you know, as a kid, where I would just draw stuff that like I would just think is awesome and really wouldn't care if other people liked it or saw it, because I feel like that's when I'm my most creative. That's you know, that childlike awe and wonder where, you know, you really just want to go away into your imagination, just create all these different worlds. And I really haven't felt that magic in a long time until, you know, I finally did the Spaceman, or I did these Halloween shorts, and I really just, you know, I felt like I was being me again. Filmmaking, to me right now, shouldn't feel like a job. This should feel like the escape from the, you know, normal life. But I think I just put so much focus on it and trying to really push myself forward and get like a career in filmmaking that when things didn't go my way, they really didn't go my way, because that's like all I really put my life focus into. Still, obviously, I do want to, you know, get a bigger career someday, but like if things just don't go my way, you know, that's fine. I'm just gonna keep moving forward, keep making stuff, really just have fun, do it for you. You are the only person you really need to impress. So those are the 5 things I learned from making my short film, The Spaceman. Be sure to check out The Spaceman if you have not. Everyone worked hard on it. And also look out for a making of video, you know, going into some of the special effects of The Spaceman, because we only made it for about 30 bucks. And the effects we pulled off were extremely simple, so I think you guys would get a kick out of that. And now enjoy some bloopers.
So this is to my main man, this is to my guy, Lincoln, and it's all I hope for the best success. It's here for Lincoln, everybody.
Sorry.
Let's do it overtime.
Jeez, did I mess up? Was it me?
No, that's it. I mean,
Oh, sorry. I just sort of like zoned out.
Sounded like someone farted too.
It
Partway
did. I heard
through.
that.
You're too smart to be thrown into a lab.
Yeah, man.
That, you know, they're like saying it's the best movie of the year and all this shit. And then he's just like, so emotional. Like, shut the fuck up.
Ooh, first world problems.
Wait, what?
First world problems. Sorry, it's just the glass. Just ignore it.
Like I literally am not that strong to hold it.
Look, astronauts have to swim.
I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut.